So it's really just finding the right people for the right seats. But yeah, you always got to cycle through, man. Well, they say like slow to hire, quick to fire. You just got to keep on going through it. But, I just try not to like look at it as like they did something wrong or we did something, as long as like there was like nothing malicious, like I've hired people who I found out like broke into our online server and like stole all of our like uniquely written for us contracts, like media, intellectual property, and then go and try to start their own exact off-market operation. And like that breaks your heart. You're like, man, you really like broke into our server at our office and stole our information to go try to start like a competing company. That sucks, man. I let you into my house. I thought we were friends. Now you're doing me dirty. So like, that breaks your heart. But if it's just wrong person, wrong seat, then, you either find where they belong in the company or you just wish them good luck. And you want to help them as quick as possible because you want them to find where they belong. So don't waste people's time, if it's not a job suited for them. You just got to thank them for their time and send them on their way so they get one step closer to their own dreams,
How did you handle that? Having someone break into what you've been building for however long? Yeah,
man. It just really bummed me out. Yeah. It just really bummed me out. It was, you just don't think that it would happen to you, with people that you consider friends. And it hurt for a long time. And then we didn't talk for like 4 years. And then now we have recently, as of the last year, just like reconciled our relationship and we've cleared the air. And for me, it was just one of those things that like I needed time to go by. And then I needed to be able to see it from more than just the perspective of my own and be able to put myself in that shoes, because people don't always steal from you because they want to. I don't think people are like breaking into your house because their life is good and that's their favorite hobby. People are breaking in your house because their back is up against the wall and they have mouths to feed for. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry. Usually people are in like peculiar situations when they are like doing things maliciously. So for me, it just took time and trying to put myself in their shoes. And as soon as I was ready to do that, I felt like I was ready to rekindle that relationship. And yeah, man. But I guess things like that happen.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah, that happened to this guy we interviewed, Chef Zogi. I think he made like $1 million that year. And then when he looked back at his books, there's like $100,000 stolen. And he was like hiring people that like probably would not be able to get a job like that and get paid that amount of money. So he was like, he thought that by giving his hand out and helping people that they wouldn't do him dirty like that. But unfortunately, like that's just not how people are.
Yeah, it's a shame. You'd like to think that everybody has each other's best interest in mind. And then you realize that most people just have their own best interest in mind. Yeah. And, it bums you out. If you're a natural giver, it's always going to bum you out when you find out people are natural takers and they'll bleed you dry and then just move on to another host. But when you get better at like recognizing the patterns, because it typically happens in patterns, when you recognize the patterns, you can shut it down hopefully sooner. And then, hopefully you just learn a lesson from getting stolen from. Like I know I definitely did, which is why nowadays, knock on wood, it would probably be a lot harder to pull off what happened in the past, just because I surrendered and delegated everything to the professionals. Why am I worried about cybersecurity when there's a company for that? Why am I worried about my books when there's a company for that? So it took surrendering, letting the professionals do it. And then once you do that, it kind of takes away the control that maybe your staff or office could have when the like leadership and company infrastructure is more compartmentalized, So like as long as sales guys are only worried about sales guys doing sales guys things, then hopefully they don't have the ability to steal $100,000 out of your bank account because they're also doing your books and cutting checks or whatever, So keeping everything, your role is your role, cut out the ability to like get stolen from as much, because it does bum me out because you trust people, especially if you're like a small team. You know, you're like, yeah, we're a team. It's like 10 of us. We're, you know, whatever. Like you get stoked and you're like, everybody is my bro. And then 2 years goes by and you know, you look at your books, you think you make $1 million and 100 grand's gone and you're like, everybody is not my bro, apparently. And yeah, it bums you out, man. But hopefully it only happens once.
Yeah.
You know, as long as everything is a lesson, you know, you learn from it.